accomplishment for them to make it even a one-game thing. For the Yankees, when the year begins in April, the Yankee goal is not to play in a one-game playoff.
The over/under number for them was 81. They were not a guarantee to make
they also had a 7-game lead over Toronto in late July.
Yeah, they did. And then Toronto. Look at what Toronto's record was since that time, and look at the Yankees didn't collapse. They were probably around 500, maybe a game above. I think it's a little different. And you look at two major injuries. I don't think, there's a lot of different ways you could look at it. I mean, Toronto played lights out. I mean, if Toronto's record was, instead of 44-20 or whatever the hell it was.
No, it was 42-18.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn good. That's not a Yankee collapse.
Again, one more time. So if Steve doesn't quite understand what I'm trying to get at.
I understand what you're saying.
I cannot go nuts when all it gets me is another 24 hours. That's the bottom line. I can't go nuts. It's one game. You could be out of that game. Let me ask you a question. You go celebrate like crazy, and then third inning on Tuesday, 7-0 Houston.
Yeah, of course.
What's the point? If it's a series and you have cut yourself on a best of 5, best of 7, have at it. That's not the case for the Yankees.
I understand. But again, I mean, we're allowing the Astros to go nuts.
Again, I think there are exceptions. You make a good point about the Pirates. I didn't say anything. Good point. Houston is a team that listen. They got nobody's over 30. They got a young ball club. Nobody thought they'd make the postseason. It's even one game for them is an accomplishment.
I think they should celebrate.
One game for the Yankees is not an accomplishment.
Look, I wasn't in love with it, but honestly, I'm trying to be objective. I did not have a major problem because of the things that I laid out. I think if it was the old regime and you're used to winning, I don't think they would have ever done that.
I'll give you another reason why it's not a good idea. You think it's the Yankee fan in New York who toasted the Yankee season last night with a glass of champagne? No, there was not. There is not one Yankee fan. You didn't. Did you get all excited? There's not one Yankee fan last night.
I watched the game.
Well, I mean, of course, you're a Yankee fan. But, I mean, did you toast the Yankees to the sky? Did you toast DiMaggio and Berra and Mantle?
I don't know if I would find myself doing that anyway.
You know what I'm saying.
I guess not.
You know what I'm saying. Was it a situation which made your body tingle that the Yankees got into a one-game playoff? The answer is no. That's another reason why you don't do it. It's not a big deal. Not one game. Now, you don't want to knock the Yankees right now because, if the Yankees win Tuesday night and they play Kansas City or Toronto, you know what? Tuesday night, let them have 5. They got into a series, final 8. That's the playoffs. Boom. See, I don't look at the wild card as the playoffs.
I understand, and I don't totally disagree with you. I don't. But I think, if we're going to go on I think you go on a case-by-case basis with this stuff. I do.
Okay.
I mean, again, let's see. The card, you think if the Cardinals had won the wild card, how do you think they would have handled it?
Cubs want to celebrate they want to celebrate a wild card.
Let's just say the Cardinals hypothetically didn't win the Central this year, and they qualified. How do you think they would have handled it?
I feel this. If the Cardinals blew the division to Pittsburgh and then celebrated Sunday after they got to the wild card,
I don't think people look at the Yankees blowing the division in this case. I really don't. I mean, I don't know.
But I didn't mean it that way from a Yankee perspective.
So you're just saying
just talking Cardinals
in general. So say like that they play. Yeah, right.
I heard it now.
But let's just say they just didn't win the division this year, didn't blow the lead for whatever reason. You think they would have celebrated?
I think I think the Yankees do this because you play 162 games. And Girardi promoted it. Celebrate. They want to tell their team that they've accomplished something. So when you
don't really view it as an accomplishment.
Not a one-game playoff. Now there are certain organizations where anything beyond the end of the regular season is an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. Houston, Pittsburgh, Cubs, Mets even. I'll buy it. Not the Yankees.
Yeah, I just view it a little differently this year, and I'm trying to be fair. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, I admit it, but was I thrilled with it? No. But I think when you look at the over and under number at the beginning of the year,
well, let me ask you a question.
It was 81. Not everybody was convinced they were going to be in the playoffs.
If it was such a tremendous accomplishment, why was there nobody in the building? Don't tell me the weather and all that garbage, because I've seen Yankee fans sit in a lot worse weather than that to see championships.
Yeah, in playoffs.
I mean, if it was that much of an accomplishment and everything else, there was 10 people in the stadium.
Yeah. I think that I wouldn't expect anyone to go in a regular season game in that kind of condition.
Well, I would. I would. If you got a chance to win a championship or win a division, and it's an accomplishment, and you're playing at home,
midweek game when it's 48 degrees.
Well, I mean, again, the Yankees had 10 people there. I mean, do I expect 20,000? 20,000 is acceptable. The Yankees have 10. There was 10 people in the
There
stadium.
was nobody there.
Nobody there. It bothered me a little bit. That's just me.
Well, it's a big shock that would bother you.
But congratulations.
Congratulations on what?
And you that's my point.
Well, yeah.
See, that's my point.
Chris,
I just said congratulations.
I'm not arguing with you.
And you said congratulations on what? Well, the Yankees congratulated themselves.
I think you're trying to create an argument here. I'm not arguing with you. Was I a little bothered by it? Yes, I said, but I honestly can't fault them based on the reasons that I gave you. They won 81 games. There's a lot of guys on that roster who've never smelled the postseason. And, you are in the postseason. I know technically it's one game. But, baseball's laid out this tradition where they said, are the Minnesota Timberwolves going to pop champagne if they made the playoffs? Maybe they would because they haven't been there in a while. But,
they would.
You know what I mean? So it's different in baseball. That's the way it goes. It's 162 games. You've earned it.
We continue. Good job, Mr. Torrey, here on Man.